excited.
Me too.
I'm seriously so honored to decorate your fingers.
Thanks.
You put so much love into the world through these hands.
Thank you. Yeah, they're gonna be so pretty.
So pretty. Okay. Do you have a preference on which hand we start with?
We can do this one.
And then I think I'm gonna start index and then work my way
Sure.
to those friends.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like hold them. Here comes our first pokey.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start at the cuticle. I'm so sorry in advance. Just for the spice.
It's fine.
How is that? Okay.
I'm a tough ass bitch. So.
You are. That is very true. Still okay?
Mhm.
Yay. Oh, so cute. How long have you been making jewelry now?
10 years.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's a long time.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. And I love it so much. I think we share just the passion and the love for the craft of like finding our thing. You know, my whole life I was creative in other ways as well. And then I found jewelry and I was like, oh, like this is my craft.
Yes.
And there was a soul like knowing within that. That was just so lovely. And it's been a beautiful 10 years.
Yay.
How long have you been tattooing?
I'm in my 6th year
Sixth,
now,
yeah.
which is crazy to me still.
I know.
It feels like I've only been doing this for a couple years, but it's also like beautiful to look back on those early years and be like, no, you've actually been doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing, it feels like a soul craft for me, and it's cheesy to say, but I feel like tattooing saved my life. Showing me my purpose and
Yeah.
bringing me my community and like helping me find so many beautiful souls that had a similar mission to me. It's been quite a blessing. So cute.
It is a blessing, you know, like when you find your unique thing that you're supposed to like bring into the world, like the amount of fulfillment and like self-confidence and self-esteem that is built through that, and through like dedicating yourself to a craft and then growing in that, like starting from the beginning and like, you know, having to learn and grow and to be able to reflect back on how far you've come, and like just that. And even like with our craft too, the way we like document, it's like easy to kind of see those milestones and watch like our own art evolve as we evolve. Yeah, it definitely has like been the number one thing that has like built my own confidence, my self-esteem, and just being proud of myself and proud of the things I create, and bringing beauty into the world.
Yes. And it's so beautiful, like, I think as artists and as creatives, and you have to kind of push through this level of fear, and you have to believe in yourself so much to push
above everything else.
Above anything else.
Yeah.
And I just respect artists so much that are just like, I believe in me. This is my path, and I'm gonna put my whole heart and soul into it, and it's so special.
Yeah.
And the fact that I have so many creative friends like you that share that passion and share the overcoming of the fear and like becoming who you are today is so cool. And it's been beautiful to witness, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, likewise. I think we definitely reflect so many similar experiences and a similar path back to each other. And you're so right. The overcoming of fear is such an important part of the process. You know, before I opened my studio, I had been making jewelry for like 9 years and working a second job, and like, you know, it still wasn't like really clicking, and I found myself at this crossroad of having to, for the first time in the 9 years, consider if my dream was going to work out or not. And it crushed me. Like, it absolutely broke my heart, and I had about 2 or 3 weeks where I was just like broken down, and then I was like, you know what, like, I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to find a way. And then I decided to open my studio so I could start teaching.
Yes.
And the process of that, oh my gosh, like the amount of fear that I was left with. I think I wrote in my journal recently, like I was at a point that all I had left was, you know, everything else in my life fell away. So many of my relationships, so many of the environments that I was in just stopped feeling okay. And I was left with my dream and a whole lot of fear.
Yeah.
And I had to work through that. And what got me through that was making the decision to trust and believe that my higher power was going to see me through. And that as long as I took inspired action and took steps forward towards my dream, that the universe and the divine was going to fill in all the blanks.
Yes.
And that was the thread that led me through that fear. Because those first couple months, I had the dream of opening the studio, but I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I didn't know how I was going to pull it off. But I just decided that this is what I was going to do, and I was going to figure it out, and it was going to work out. And that was like my guiding thread throughout that process. And there was so much fear. And in the beginning, like, I was also simultaneously working a lot on like rewiring my brain. And so in the beginning, the voice of fear was so loud that I had to, like, I used a lot of affirmation videos and like things that affirmed the positive, because I couldn't get myself there without it.
Yeah.
And I would just put those videos on, and I would just be like, this is what I'm choosing to believe. Like,
yes.
I'm gonna let this video like speak to me, and I'm choosing to believe this, and like could not give my fear an ounce of room, or else it would have ran away with me.
Absolutely.
And through that process, I have, over the past 2 years, I have created such a better relationship with my fear. And it's not that the fear is not there, but there is a deeper belief that I've more recently, like, I'm like, oh, this is like in my subconscious now, right?
Yes.
Like, this is a part of me where maybe the first thought is fear, but the immediate second thought was like, you know what, I'm gonna be okay.
Yes.
This is hard and uncomfy, but I've always been okay. God has always been on my side, and it's going to continue to be that way.
Absolutely.
And I've really been marveling at that over the last few months, because I feel like it's really been solidifying towards the end of 2025 of like, oh no, I am this person now who
yes.
feels this way. Like, all the rewiring worked, you know?
And that's so beautiful.
It's a beautiful place to be.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful place to be. I've never been so full of joy and fulfillment and just satisfaction with life as I am now.
I love that.
Thank you.
I definitely relate about pushing through the fear.
Yeah.
God. Even just gaining enough courage to feel like I could get an apprenticeship.
Right.
Woo-hoo!
Those first steps too.
Woo!
Yeah.
It took me like a year.
Yeah.
To build up my portfolio, and then it's just like,
and then put yourself out there.
Put yourself out
right.
there, and
for
then
rejection,
to keep going.
Yeah.
After all the no's, after all the shit. I mean, whew.
Yeah. Yeah, the keep going. I think that is like one of the most important factors in the artist journey. And I feel like an artist journey is very similar to a hero's journey. We go through all these things that shape us, and then we come out on the other side.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it definitely is such a beautiful process.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
What was I saying? Oh, I lost my train of thought, but we got it. We're back. Yeah, the perseverance through the no's and the no's, because 9 years in, I was like, I'd worked so hard up to this point. I tried so many things that just didn't work, or put so much effort in for like, you know, no ROI, as they say, no return on the effort that I was putting forth.
Yep.
And that, I think that is the defining factor of like people who give up and then people who continue on like to success. Like, you have to push through so many walls and so many seeming dead ends, and like you don't really see the return on energy for years and years until you come back to it later, and it's like, you know, one connection that you made or one thing that you did years ago ends up being, you know, comes to fruition in a weird way. And like life is so funny in that way of like the layers,
and it goes back to not knowing the how,
yeah,
but we know we're going to be supported,
yeah,
like regardless of how things go.
yeah, releasing the attachment to like the how, because ultimately
Yes.
it's not up to us.
It's
like
not.
you know, they say that like the divine has like a far more beautiful plan than us than we could ever imagine, and that is so true.
So true.
You know, we follow these whispers of our hearts and these like golden threads of the things that like guide us, and we think we know how it's gonna go. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna follow this thread and it's gonna lead me here, and sometimes it doesn't, you know, but that thread ends up leading you where you're supposed to be. And that's been a huge part as well, is like not giving up, but also surrendering.
Yes.
At the same time, surrendering to a higher power, being like, I trust that whatever you're giving me in this moment is what is meant for me,
Yes.
and is what is going to lead me where I'm supposed to be. Maybe not where I want to be, but where I'm supposed to be.
Absolutely.
And
I like to remind myself on top of that like what's meant for me will not miss me.
yes,
I tell myself that a lot.
yeah, I find that I catch that thought myself too, of like, what if I fuck it up, or what if I
Right.
do something that I'm like, well, I can't.
Right.
If it's meant for me, it's going to unfold.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really big lesson I had to learn in just my 20s, really, of just like, things that are leaving
Right.
are meant to go.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
know?
true. You're doing such a good job. How's it feeling?
Fine. A little spicy, but like, I'm a thug.
Okay.
Very strong girl.
Young thuggin'.
Yeah. When you go over the ones you already did, I'm like, okay, there it is, but it's fine. Sorry. No, don't be sorry. Do what you gotta do. For really high pain tolerance.
You're doing great. So cute.
If I go to yoga later,
Uh-huh.
is that gonna be okay?
Yeah, should
Okay.
be. Just, don't be like grabbing gross things and just
Sure. Try not
just
to
do your
touch
best.
things.
Yeah. And like, yeah. Wash your hands after,
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. Put some more ointment on and you'll be just fine.
Yeah, we need to get some movement.
We got our first 2 fingers.